Heyo everybody, Haku here with One Piece chapter 1095, my live reaction bingo, and wow, I just dodged one heck of a bullet. I just recorded my whole intro for this video, and then realized that since there was a Windows update on my computer yesterday, OBS did what it does sometimes, and completely nuked my settings, which means I didn't have audio. So I am super glad that I caught that after doing the intro instead of actually reading the chapter with no audio. Yeah, really dodged a bullet on that one. So now I have to re-record my whole intro for all of you. I did say sorry to people who are patrons and members because I'm a little bit late. I don't know exactly when the scans came out. They usually come out either late Wednesday night or sometime upwards of even midday Thursday for me. But I'm not getting to this until Friday. And then, of course, all of you who aren't patrons and members, you're seeing it when it goes live, when the official translation goes live. I have avoided One Piece stuff completely for the past week since last chapter, so I am going in possibly the most One Piece blind I ever have. And the title is nuts. The title is A World Where You're Better Off Dead, which is crazy to me. I'm actually very excited because there are some actual stakes here. I still dislike that we skipped what I consider to be kind of important story content when we came back to the Straw Hats and the Seraphim and York were already down. It feels like we skipped some important story content there, and I don't like that. But the stakes are big because Luffy, I was saying last chapter, it looks like he's going out of Gear 5th already. He's gassed already. And we just have Saturn, who showed up and is fine. We have Kizaru, who's probably still fine. I mean, Zoro and Sanji are still probably good. Zoro's fighting Lucci right now, but they're really kind of outnumbered, and not just outnumbered, but with all the vice admirals potentially outclassed, since we haven't really seen most of the Straw Hats do anything post time skip really. So I like how big the stakes are. I personally, if you were to ask me my predictions for who's coming to change things or whatever, I guess I was going to say the revolutionaries. I was going to say revolutionaries are going to show up, but then I just thought about Kuma, because I really think he yeeted himself from the red line all the way to Egghead. And I think if Kuma shows up, it's possible that they all get on the Sunny and he just propels the Sunny out of there as he dies or something. So there is that possibility that Kuma could be the get out of Egghead free card here, but I don't quite know. Either way, I'm very excited. As usual for the bingo board, I took out 5 spaces from last time, put in 5 new spaces. I'll leave a link in the comments and description and everything so you can generate your own card, you can play yourself. And actually, of the 5 new spaces I added, I got 1 on each row when I generated my card. So going through my card, I've got Where's Caribou we have kept, any island other than Egghead. One of the new spaces is a new named Vegapunk technology, like when he's like, oh, the Vegapunk Cloud Rider thing that they've been using. A new named piece of Vegapunk technology. Luffy exits Gear 5 is looking real likely. York, a flashback, any of the Gorosei, which I would assume if we're sticking with the same, plot thread, we're gonna get a Devil Fruit Awakening, Carrot and/or Zunisha, and then again a new one, because this is a theory that I've seen a lot and they've kind of been hinting at it a lot for the past few chapters, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense. But the same thing happened with Luffy not having the Gomu Gomu no Mi, where it makes no sense, but they kept kind of hinting at it for 10 chapters beforehand. So Bonnie's an actual child. That doesn't make a lot of sense given that I thought we had already gotten her canon age. But again, retconning can happen, and they've been hinting at it a lot. A named attack, any Vegapunk death is a new one I added. Any of the Vegapunks, if they get killed or taken out here, because we still have some that I think are maybe a bit expendable. Even the main Vegapunk could die now that we have this confrontation with Saturn happening. Free space we can go ahead and click, a bounty reveal, a Zoan transformation, smoker, and I count Zoan transformation as a person in anything other than their base form, but I don't really count Gear 5th because it's a little unclear. This is a new one I added. Straw Hat taken captive. Any of the Straw Hats if they get taken captive. Because again, Luffy's dropping out of Gear 5th. It seems like things are not looking great. Kuma, a non-monster trio Straw Hat, does something important. I talked about getting rid of that one, but I kind of want to keep it until it actually happens. Then Seraphim, Egghead Butt fan service. I changed an existing space, which was Revolutionaries are coming to Egghead, to just Revolutionary Army. If we see the Revolutionaries, I don't know whether or not I'll count Kuma as part of that. I'm thinking not, though. I'm thinking like the actual core Revolutionary Army. If we see any of them, then that'll count. A new name, Devil Fruit, is a new one I added since we just saw Saturn show up, but we don't know his Devil Fruit's name. If we get the name here, that was kind of what I was going for. Or if we get any of the other Vice Admirals' fruits names like we did last chapter, Vivi Wapple or Morgan's, or a new cover story, which I've had up there since I've started doing bingo, and we still have not filled that one in. But either way, let's go ahead and start reading Chapter 1095, A World Where You're Better Off Dead. We have Buggy on the cover, so I think this is probably going to be a request. Cover request by Nippy. Buggy chasing a squirrel monkey who swiped his trademark nose. Alright, and then we get into the actual chapter. St. Saturn of the Five Elders has landed. All Marines beneath the ranks of Rear and Vice Admiral are to evacuate the area immediately, and an Elder came in person. To not look back, even a peek will not be forgiven. He's already... But how? And I like at the end of each page, I'll count anything new from that page, I guess. I've only ever seen him in portraits. What's with all the lightning? He's even above the celestial dragons, and one of them can boss around an admiral like it's nothing. Why would someone so far up on the divine hierarchy come all the way down here from Meriwa? And we see the lightning coming off like everybody's mentioning. So people can actually canonically, like just random people, can canonically see the black lightning. That's not just an effect, is what we're getting here. It's not just an effect. They can actually see that. And we see a Gorosei. Also, he's transformed, so I'm going to count Zoan transformation already, just get it out of the way. Just because we know he was transformed from last chapter. Yeah, we see it in the next one. Bonnie, you've crossed the line. That's St. Saturn. You've stabbed one of the Five Elders. Alright. She assaulted one of the world's overseers. All Marines take aim. Bonnie, stop squirming, you pathetic maggots. If I did not wish to be stabbed... And I'm not going to count Awakening yet, because though I assume that's what the coil of clouds and the markings on his legs is about, we don't know 100% for sure, so I'm gonna just wait until we see Gear 5th Luffy or something before I count it. I would have simply dodged, and he knocks her back away. I actually really love that line. I would have just dodged, and then he grabs onto Bonnie. Bunny champ, and then Sanji gets knocked away. Sanji. And I don't see what happened, so I wonder if it's similar to what took the head off of that one random Marine, is what hit Sanji here. Of course it doesn't take Sanji's head off. He tanks it, manages to. And then Saturn pulls out the blade and heals. His wound disappeared, says Frankie. We have Sanji coughing and spluttering. And then keep the pressure up. Get Vegapunk. Wait, you fools. Don't give them an opening. Stay calm. Escape is impossible if you keep your weapons trained on them. Yes, sir. It's unprecedented for you to be so slow in executing an order like this, Kizaru. I apologize. I have no excuse. I need a second. I don't think I can move just yet. Interesting. Given the circumstances, I can understand this disappointment, and Luffy did fall into withered Luffy form. Now then. And he moves his foot as if to stomp on Luffy. So Luffy exits Gear 5 happened. Is there anything else? I think I'm going to assume that the marks on the legs and the thing around the person means Devil Fruit Awakening, just because it really seems like it does. So I'm going to go ahead and count Devil Fruit Awakening. Sanji, I would say Sanji kind of did something. I don't know how important it was, but Sanji's Monster Trio, so we can't count that. All right, I think that's probably good for right now. Oh my God, it happened! Frankie saved Luffy. It is, hold on, I said I'd go to the end of the page, but this is huge. Non-Monster Trio Straw Hat does something as massive. And of course, new cover stories ruining my bingo. Of course, we'd also have to see Caribou, but, let me dream. He did something. Oh my god. That is the most shocking one. A non-Monster Trio Straw Hat doing something. And then, interesting. So, you're the kind of pirates who stick together. Haha, so even the biggest big shots in the world are after our captain's head? Good to know. And he manages to grab onto Luffy and pull him back in. Straw Hat Luffy, Jewelry Bonnie, your involvement in this affair was certainly unforeseen. However, the coasts have been completely blockaded by our army. It would be something to see you escape from such a hopeless situation. We shall see what fate has in store for you. And all this talk about, like, unforeseen and fate makes me think that somehow some of them can see the future, which is interesting. Vegapunk, your betrayal is a heavy blow. I am grateful for all you have accomplished for the Navy during your tenure. Now, which one of you is to die first? Tell me the cruelest order possible. I want you to die cursing yourself for daring to cross the world government. Human nature is to blame. Why must people always be tempted by that which is explicitly forbidden? And that's interesting because people have brought up, there's a ton of like Christian creation myth stuff that goes on in One Piece, from the Adam and Eve trees, the devil fruits, and now like people being tempted, like they could live in what is like on the surface just a normal world, but what's messing it up from the Gorosei's perspective is people being tempted by what little they're forbidden from. And he's seemingly crushing Bonnie here. Wait, stop. And Sanji's still talking about Bonnie. Why isn't anybody doing anything? I can't. It's like something's pinning me down. I wonder if that's his haki. If he isn't using technology, it must be some sort of devil fruit ability. Or maybe if he is a mythical Zoan, it is something to do with his fruit. Oh no, Bonnie. Saturn, you killed my father. Ah, you're talking about Kuma. He was born to be a slave, a descendant of people who committed a grave sin against the world, a survivor of the now extinct Buccaneer race. Okay, so we have a new race, and Kuma's one of them. And that's so that's so cool, because that's absolutely gotta be what Blackbeard is, right? Blackbeard has to, like, if that's a specific race, Blackbeard's gotta be that. And if he's related to Zebek, then Zebek probably too. I 100% think Blackbeard has to be. And that means something maybe to Vegapunk. He looks shocked. Bonnie, when I was a boy, I wanted to be a hero. Someone who could save people from suffering and grant their freedom. Just like the legendary warrior of liberation, Nika. All troops, aim for her head. And he lifts her up and all the Navy aims. Nika? That's right, I've always looked up to him. They say Nika would always come along, laughing to this rhythm. Dondo Toto. And, I don't know, this coming in over 1,000 chapters into the series, out of nowhere, this Nika stuff is just kind of goofy, not in a good way to me. But I like how we have the pose by Kuma doing the dance with Bonnie. Bonnie-chan, all of you knock it off. Stop, she's just a kid. And again, they're saying that she's just a kid, but again, the one saying it is somebody super, super old, so we can't tell. So, am I gonna be freed too? Of course. So I wonder if he's not really her father, but he's the person who freed her then? And, we see him smiling. It's like our first shot of Kuma smiling like that. Flashback time! Oh my god, I'm so happy. I am so happy we're getting a flashback and stuff. Before we continue, though, let's mark things off. I'm going to count Island Other than Egghead, because even though we don't know the name, we're totally seeing somewhere else with the flashback. Flashback, of course. Bonnie's an actual child, still questionable, because the one saying it's Vegapunk, he's super old. I don't know. I will say Kuma, of course. And then, I guess that's it for now, right? Yeah, I guess that, unless he was in the Revolutionary Army back at that time. I'll have to think about Revolutionary Army. I'll have to give that one a little bit of thought. All right, flashback time. 47 years ago. Oh, Kingdom of Sorbet. That's the one that she was pretending to be Boggy? I don't remember the queen from. 47 years ago in the South Blue, the Kingdom of Sorbet. Congratulations. What a big boy. It's going to be his birth. Oh my, I'm so excited for this. I'm so glad to finally meet you. Hello, Kuma. This is one of the most, one of the One Piece chapters I've been the most excited for, period. Not even just post-Wano, but this has been really fun. We get to see Kuma's parents. Excuse me, Doc? His blood, right. Don't worry. I won't tell anyone. What a cheerful baby. I'm sorry, Clap. You've got to run. There were government agents in the hospital. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just take me. I'm the one with Buccaneer blood. My wife is normal. Please let her and my son go, I beg you. It's okay. It'll all be okay. Jeez, and we see Kuma and his parents in chains. This is nuts. We get to see Kuma's parents. This mongrel's a Buccaneer. Wow, look at his power. And so young. So maybe, can Buccaneers eat more than one devil fruit? Is that how Blackbeard can do it? Why are you so slow? That hurts, I'm sorry. Stop crying, do you want to die? And we see all this time as a slave under the celestial dragons. Hey, Kuma, how you holding up? Fine, Daddy. Master's so kind to me. I'm very lucky. I have something to tell you. Mommy's passed away and gone to heaven. Isn't that wonderful? And he's crying. She's in a better place now. But Kuma, you're strong. You can survive this. You must be brave and bear it for me. But why? Isn't death so much easier? The warrior of liberation will come and save you. Who? The sun god, Nika. That name's been passed down through Buccaneer folklore for generations. Nika will come and take you out to sea, where you'll be free, or where you'll be under the sun and free. Nika always smiles, and the people never fail to laugh when they hear his drumbeat, Don do Toto. And then we see Splat. Shut up already. Kuma has one of the saddest backstories, and that's saying something. And we see even the scar covering his father's eye at this point. Man. 38 years ago, West Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. Remember, this event only takes place once every 3 years. Don't miss your chance to take part in the Native Cleansing Festival. The venue chosen this time is this non-government affiliated country. They call it God Valley. Really? So is that what happened to God Valley? That's 38 years ago. A native, wow. Whoa. This blasphemous name was given to the island, as it has an abundance of natural resources. The world government's just annexed this land, so it can be the site of our traditional human hunt. So it's like the most dangerous game. Kind of. How selfish can you be? You want to slaughter our citizens for sport? Have you lost your minds? This is our country, my lord. So... yeah, my lord, no. Okay, we see him getting taken out by Garling. The original king getting taken out by Garling. And Garling looking like Shanks. Holy shit! This chapter is one of the best since I've been doing reactions. Oh my, hold your horses, St. Garling. You've gone and started before the buzzer. In a shocking twist, the king of the natives has already been slain. As a penalty for starting the hunt early, St. Garling shall be docked 10,000 points. What a blow for one of the predicted frontrunners. I need a handicap like that to keep things interesting. God's Knight, St. Figurlin Garling. This is insanity. Holy shit, young Garling. And I didn't know if we'd ever be seeing this, let alone seeing it now. To spruce up the proceedings, we've arranged to add some additional game to be hunted down alongside the natives. These slaves are all notorious troublemakers and sinners. Once they're released, we'll chase them down like wild rabbits. Sir, we just got word they tracked down the child who tried to escape. It was the Buccaneer brat. And Saturn's being told. Trying to run away. How selfish can you get? They put us into groups of 10 for collective punishment, you know. If you got away, the rest of us would have been killed. Hee-haw! And we have... Would never have imagined young Ivankov. This is like formation of revolutionaries too. Hee-haw! Hey, wait up. So you're the star of this farce? A buccaneer? No wonder. You carry the blood of the giants in you. Big bro here's pretty big himself, don't you think? And who is Guinea? Who is Guinea? Is Guinea Crocodile? Then the only thing about me is my head. Not. Now listen, you morons. Slave, Emporio Ivankov. Why do you all have hopeless looks glued to your faces? I, for one, want to live. Well, what are you going to do? Meeting an unexpected duo in this hellish existence. Unless, is Guinea going to be... I'm trying to remember. Is Guinea going to be Bonnie's mother, maybe? I can't remember. The pirates were Mary Read and Bonnie Ann. I was going to say, is she also named after one of them? But no. Guinea or Ginny. Is that going to be Bonnie's mother, maybe? Oh, man. This is nuts. I never expected young Ivankov. This is one of my favorite reactions I've ever done to One Piece, to anything. Holy shit, this was amazing. This was so good. I'm not going to count Bonnie as an actual child yet, going back to the bingo card. No York or any of those types of things. I'm so blown away. We got to see young Garling. I never, ever would have thought we were getting that. No Straw taken captive yet. But it's still, that one still might happen. So, and then I'm like, this flashback's incredible, and I think we're going to get more of it. But then when we go back to Egghead, what's going to happen? Unless it's Kuma showing up, the Revolutionary showing up. Maybe it's leading to that. I am going to count Revolutionary Army. Yeah, we still didn't get a bingo. I have horrible luck, because I very much could have. There's enough spots filled. That's incredible. That chapter is incredible. That was so good. Man, that's insane. I don't even know what more to say. That was so good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait, because I'm assuming the way we left on the flashback, I'm assuming we get more flashback. We get to see young Garling. We get to see this hunt. We might get to see the God Valley incident, which is absolute insanity. We're looking at like the formative years of the revolutionaries. I don't think, even with Kuma's backstory, it's like, what would you think Kuma's backstory is? Even with that, I don't know. I don't think I would have expected this. And the God Valley incident, the Buccaneers, is a huge thing, because we don't know what happens with Shanks here, how Shanks gets to Roger's crew from this incident. At least I'm assuming that this is the incident. It's weird that they said former king of God Valley for Garling. I wonder what the significance will be. And I'm assuming this flashback will explain that. Young Garling is insane, but Buccaneers, I'm assuming that's Blackbeard. And then also, I assume it's Blackbeard, but if he's related to Zebek, I think Zebek also makes sense. And if so, is it possible that Buccaneers can eat more than one devil fruit, and like Kuma could have if he wanted to, or maybe he has a secret second one? Maybe that's how Blackbeard pulled it off, and maybe Zebek could do the same. Insanity. I'm going to end the video just because I want to make sure I get this saved, make sure I get it posted. I said at the intro that I almost recorded without audio. This would have been devastating to record without audio. Either way, I'm going to jump to the outro for you. I jump cut to the outro because I wanted to make sure for absolute certain I had what I had before this saved. But thank you. Time for the outro. Like, if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my first thoughts and reaction. Like, yeah, let me know your thoughts. We can talk about One Piece here. We can talk on Discord if you want. Ask and I can give you a link. The server is free and open for anyone. If you would like to, we can talk on Twitter as well. Just, I will be willing to talk with you wherever. I always love talking to the people who watch my videos and all. So yeah, thank you. Thank you to people who are patrons and members. And if you want to get One Piece early, I always do One Piece for patrons and members as soon as the scans come out, and then I wait and post it publicly when the official translation comes out. So if you want it early, you can become a patron and member. You also get a shout out at the end of every video. Thank you to Chosen Regulars Evan Hawley, Magical Girls, FR Nono, Smeller Dog, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidate, SG, and Pure Element, Pate Ardealo. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you all so much for watching. I'm just so mind blown. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time.